Hello and welcome to 6 Degrees of Feature Film. I am Wonder Woman.
Wonder
You
Woman.
could be Wonder Woman too.
Oh, we're
We
both
both
Wonder
are.
Women.
Yes.
Oh, can I
Yes.
be the lasso of truth
You
and tell you
can.
truthfully, you look really pretty today.
Oh, thanks. I agree
Oh,
that I
thanks.
do. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I believe that you look very nice
thank
today.
you.
You've got something
Thank you.
going on.
I got something going on. Can I
What's
say
going
what's
on?
going on?
Say what's
I'm
going
going
on.
over to Action Movie Anatomy podcast right after
Mm.
this
Yes.
to talk about the
The
Mummy.
Mummy.
Of course, you guys, they're doing the Mummy, and I completely invited myself on that show.
Yes.
I DM'd Ben and Andrew, and I was like,
Mhm.
"So I'm gonna come on for that episode, right? It's all clear.
That's
my
what I
schedule,
need to
it's fine."
do.
Yeah,
That's what I need to
you
do.
just have to invite yourself to things. This is Hollywood,
Mhm.
baby.
Mhm.
Okay, no one's gonna reach out the hand of friendship and be like, "Come in here." No, you have to take what you want.
You
Okay,
do.
yeah. So I fucking took it, and I'm going after the show. On today's show, we're talking about different films. What are we talking about?
Today's show. If you've
Yes.
never seen 6 Degrees of Future Film, I just botched the name, but kind of not really. So you couldn't really tell unless you were really listening. What's going on over there, Ben? So here's how it goes.
Ben?
We take one film and we show how 6 other films link up to it in some random way, shape, or form. We're starting with Wonder Woman.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
right. I think I just called myself Wonder Woman and then didn't introduce myself as Brienne, also known as Miss Movies.
Yes.
I think you may have forgotten to say your name as well.
It doesn't matter.
It
The
is. It
mascara, you guys.
does.
My name is Stacey Howard. This is our show, and we're talking about. We did a review
We did.
for Wonder Woman first, which is
It-
different than what
Yeah,
we normally
it's more
do.
of a fireside chat, as we
Yeah,
called
it's
it.
like a chit chat just about
hmm
the
It's not a
film.
complete review. We're not really
No.
going through the points of the film,
Not at all.
which is kind of nice because most other reviews do that.
Yeah,
Whereas we just kind of talk about
like
things that
you've
are
seen the
important.
movie. I know the plot points. Why are you going through the plot points? Yeah, so Wonder Woman was our feature film, but we talked about a lot of the impact of it and the importance of it in
Mhm.
a separate review.
And now we're going to get into more specifics
Yes.
about the
Yes.
film. And we want to say hey to all our friends that are in the chat.
Hey guys, hey.
So, hi. If I can scroll up, I will. Oh, wait.
Eric Monroe
Maybe
is
I
here.
can't
Randall
scroll up.
Sands.
Here we go. Mayank, Elise
Mayank.
McKenna. Hey, Mark Freeman. Nice meeting you this weekend. You said Eric, Randall. I think I saw Clint. I can't get back
Clint,
down here.
what's up, boyfriend?
Ben, of course, is there.
Ben Gross. Just
And
kidding. Hey,
yeah.
Ben.
Hi.
Hi.
Our setup's so nice and pretty today. It changed while I was gone.
I know, right? We have like lights.
Yeah,
I've
we're
got
still
lights
working
on.
it out.
There's a lot of fanciness.
I mean, I
Still
wasn't
working
talking
it out.
about you, so get over
Oh,
yourself.
thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
I did actually say she looked good when she got here, and that's
You
the only
did.
time I'll ever say that.
You
So-
did, and you were very sweet.
Before we get into Wonder Woman, let's do a little host chat. What'd you do this weekend? What's happening? What's happening, Stacey?
Oh gosh.
Aside
what did
from
I
Action
do?
Movie Anatomy, which I'm going to go on for Enemy of the State, I've decided.
I went on a birthday celebration, fun adventure time. I went to medieval times.
Ah,
with
I
my
missed
friends.
that because I was in San Francisco.
You did, and I
But
invited
tell me.
you. I did invite Ben. It's fine. So I had like 14 of my close friends. Come with me, and it was fun. There was jousting. There was beer. There was greasy chicken eating with your hands and cheap pastries. It was fantastic. It
Mhm.
was magical. It was real. I was knighted. I got knighted
Whoa,
as
whoa.
a birthday queen. Okay. So they have a little knighting ceremony that you pay out the ass for. And my boyfriend was really sweet and got that for me.
Aw.
And yeah, I got like the king had with the sword and everything
Mhm.
on the two sides of the shoulder, you know.
Perfect.
And I mean, I just killed it. We all killed it. We got great photos. It's all on Instagram. You guys can look at them and be jealous. And it was a fun time. I felt like a 10-year-old again.
Did your knight win?
Black and White Knight did not win the tournament. As we all know, it is a fixed game. Not to spoil anything for any little children watching. I hope to fuck no children watch the show because I curse up a storm. But it did. He was not slated to win this time.
Okay.
He won his
Not
first
this
round,
time.
and then the red and yellow, like Spanish Knight, won. And he was like,
Okay.
he was the heel of the show because
Mm,
he was like stabbing people
mm.
in the back and doing dirty tricks, and he ended up winning.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
yeah, Yeah, a lot of shit went down in medieval times, and I learned a lot about showmanship, and I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
bring a lot of that fire and passion to the
Next
showdown.
year, you could go to the Pirate Dinner Theater. That
I
one's pretty good too.
I heard about
That
that.
one's pretty good.
I don't know, you guys. Ben, what are you gonna say?
Pirates.
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 Go to it.
Okay. I will.
It's fun.
Let's all
It's
make
fun.
a pilgrimage and we
Okay.
will go. And it's like 30 minutes from my house. Like it's
Nice.
not that far. So
Okay.
we could go and then we'll go stay in the night at my house and watch movies. How about that?
But what if I want to take my kids to the pirate show?
You
'Cause
can take your
they do a little
kids,
kid
they
thing.
can stay
I've been there
over,
before.
And then you could go to the beach in the morning.
There you
Just have
go.
a 5-minute walk from the beach. I'll be a good host. I'll probably
Thank
leave.
you.
Just stay in my house. I don't want
Oh,
to be
okay.
around the kids.
Great, great.
But yeah, we're talking about movies today. What did you
Yeah.
do this weekend? Do you wanna talk
I
about
went to
anything
this
fun?
little event called Kinda Funny Live 3, which was
Whoa.
in San Francisco.
Whoa.
Had a ton of fun. Saw Nick Scarpino, saw Tim Geddes, saw Greg Miller,
Saw me.
saw Ben. Ben was there running around telling people that I was his boss.
It's accurate.
It is, and it's hilarious.
true.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. I feel like he was bragging. He's like, I know her. She's
That
my
is
boss.
100% what I was doing. 100%.
Now, would you do that same thing if we were in a room together? Would you say, "Oh, Stacy, she's my boss"?
No.
Oh, that's true.
Because
not the
it's
boss
her
of the
it's her
show.
it's her YouTube channel.
That's true.
But it's
Yeah.
our show,
it's our
guys.
show
I mean-
Our
together.
show.
I
Our
know
show.
that, but I feel like Stacy's my coworker and you're my boss.
Oh,
You also tell me when to come here,
Good to know where
And
I
she doesn't.
stand.
okay.
and I hate her.
Good to know where I stand. I'm gonna get my own intern, and it's just gonna
Yes.
be like a bitchy little teenage girl that's just like filing her nails in the corner.
Sure. When
It doesn't contribute at all.
when Stacy gets her own show on this channel, which I want to have happen
Wait, this is news to me. I did not
one
know that.
day, I'm expanding. I need to expand and have
Indie
more
pics.
programming.
Indie pics.
Then
Indie pics.
then you can work for her, and then she will also be your boss.
Yes, that would
Okay,
work.
great,
Sure.
great. We're gonna put
Or
that
I'll bring
together.
in my own person. What if I
Yeah.
don't want you?
You know you do.
This is true. There's a lot of sexual tension between us.
All right, let's
Okay.
get going with Wonder Woman because that is our feature film.
Yes.
And we've been talking enough. So June 2nd, 2017 is when this was released. I'm sure you've already heard about it. If you have not heard about it, here is the general synopsis. Before she was Wonder Woman, she was Diana, Princess of the Amazons, trained warrior. When a pilot crashes and tells of conflict in the outside world, she leaves home to fight a war to end all wars, discovering her full powers and true destiny. Directed by Patty Jenkins, who also did Monster.
Yes.
Written by Alan Heinberg, who did the screenplay, and Zack Snyder did the story. Starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Robin Wright, Danny Houston, David Thewlis. Is that how you'd say that?
Yes.
Connie Nielsen, and Elena Anya. Anya? Anaya. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I apologize. I feel like I should just apologize at the beginning of the show and at the end of
Sorry.
the show
Sorry,
for
yeah,
any
sorry
names
for
I say
everything.
incorrectly. The budget was 149 million and has so far made 228.3 million at the box office.
And that's just domestic, right?
You know what? I'm not sure about that actually.
Okay.
That could be worldwide because I think it opened worldwide as well as
Okay.
over
But
here,
it's,
all
it's
at the
been
same
out
time.
less than a week, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's made that much more.
It's done very well. Done very well.
It's done good, you girls. It's done good.
So here's the thing. If you don't want spoilers, we are going to start talking about the film. I would say come back at like 10:20. So in like 10 minutes,
10
maybe a
minutes.
little less
Yeah,
because we
probably a little
went through this in a review fireside chat already.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
a little bit less, but yeah,
Yeah.
come back around then. And you know what? I need to move this just a teeny bit because I
Okay.
realized there, it's not in frame anymore.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa, look
Okay.
at our lighting. We're so pretty. We're pretty princesses.
All right. So yeah, I loved this film. I cried. Did you cry? I feel like that's what we're
absolutely
supposed to
cried.
do.
Yeah. I cried. I laughed. I
Mhm.
went, yeah.
Yes.
A lot of the film.
The fist pump
yeah, the
moment
fist
as
pump moment.
Action movie anatomy coined.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Love their show. Love our show too.
Mhm.
I had a lot of emotions going into this film as well as while I was watching the movie and after as well.
Right.
The whole experience, the build up to this film, all of the trailers, all of the political conversations going on about the movie during the film, and then a lot of discussions after about what was the impact of it, what was the
Mhm.
importance of it, has been very emotional, I think, especially for
Right.
women.
Definitely. My crying was in my head thinking like, why did I have to wait so long? Why did this have to happen? So like, why am I now in my 30s? And I didn't see this as a young girl
Right.
where it would have a much bigger impact on me, but also thankful that my daughter will get to see it soon. I'm not
Mhm.
going to take, she's 6. I'll probably wait till she's between 8 and 10 to show it to her because I feel like there's a lot of war in this.
Yeah, there's some scary things.
I think that she wouldn't necessarily be ready for it. She saw Force Awakens though and really liked that. So maybe I don't know. I'll see what my husband thinks about it, but
What age do kids have to be, do you think, to where they remember films? Like, not like,
hmm.
oh, I like the squeaky duck and this or that, but like, I love in The Force Awakens when Rey does this or
Hmm.
that. Like, how old do they have to be?
Probably, I don't know, but maybe around 5. I think it just depends on like how often they see it.
Mhm.
And yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I think.
Okay.
I would say around 5 is when you start to really take films in,
Mhm.
but I could be wrong. I don't know. My kids watch some show called Canimals, and I'm like, are they really retaining what's happening in this storyline? That
Cannibals, like
can
cannibals, but
no, like
animal cannibals?
canimals, like they're animals that are cans. They look like cans.
What?
It's the most
What is
ridiculous thing.
happening?
It's the
What
most
content are you
ridiculous.
showing your
It's
children?
kind of like a some ripoff.
I don't know what Sum Sum is.
Okay.
They need to be watching like Sailor Moon. They need to be watching like Ren and
Uh,
Stimpy, the Rugrats. Like, you need to introduce them to the cartoons
we're
of the
getting there.
90s.
We're getting
Doug.
there.
Do, 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 do,
Let's talk about a
do,
few
do,
things
do.
like how in Austin there was one screening that was just for women and men lost their shit.
Oh my God.
It's like, really? Really?
Here's the thing, when it comes to showings like that, like if someone wants to uh control not con- well yeah influence or control the audience that sees a film, they
Mhm.
have the right to do that. If you're the filmmakers or if
It's
you're the
true.
owner of the theater and you're like, you know what, I want to have a screening just for these people so that they can all have that experience together, why not let them do that, like an all kids screening or an all women screening, or like, if a school comes in, like, what,
Yeah, and I feel like don't they normally I'm not positive about this. Don't they normally have a ladies night where it's a ladies screening of something random on like a Tuesday night? I swear like they have like
probably.
a regular like this is ladies night. Here's the movie for the ladies that want to come see it.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I
it
feel
might
like
have
there
been.
is a ladies night
Well,
for a
let's
movie.
go. Let's
Let's go.
fly to
Let's
Austin
go.
because Austin is a fun city, y'all. Let's go to see a movie and we'll go out to 6th Street. We'll get drunk and make out. Oh my God.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god.
God.
We'll vocal fry just like this.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of men did throw up a big fight. And then most of the people that we think are cool are like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and I like those people.
Yeah. I like those. I like
Mhm.
those dudes.
There's some interesting stuff going around. I think Chris Evans tweeted out like the mayor of Austin and his response to someone that emailed him, and I
Oh
thought
yeah, that was great.
that was excellent. If you want to check that out, go to Chris Evans' Twitter feed and
Mhm.
find like a little tweet that he has about the mayor, and you'll see the story under
Mhm.
it.
Nice.
Anyways, that's all. Just wanted to touch on that for a moment because I think it's hilarious how people are just upset.
There's a lot
There's a lot more
going on.
things to be upset about in this world.
That's true. A lot of
Let
terrible
us just
things are
have
happening.
this this one screening.
Let us
One.
have one movie, you guys.
Just one movie.
Just one movie. Just give us one.
We
one
got it.
time.
Now we're not allowed to have any more. Is that
That's
what
right.
happens?
That's true. That's
Okay.
very, very true. Nothing else allowed.
Ben is raising his hand.
So they have a thing called Girly Night at the
Okay.
Alamo Draft House.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Now, it's like a slumber party thing that focuses on like 80s rom-coms,
Okay.
but I don't see anything specifically saying it has to be women that go. It
Okay.
just seems to be focused on women.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's good.
Got it.
I want it to be a girly night, and then it's just action films that girls love.
Yeah.
So like girls can
True
come and watch like
Lies.
the Terminator, True Lies. Like it doesn't necessarily, like, because I hate when people say, oh, it's a girly movie, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I hate rom-coms, I hate musicals,
I don't.
I
I
know.
love
I know
'em.
you love all those.
I love that
know
everyone
them 'cause
thinks
I've
that
seen
you
them.
love musicals and know them.
Everybody thinks that, and I'm like, no, I know them. My mom forced me to watch them. I've watched a lot of rom coms because my friends do. Those are not my strengths. Those are not
Mhm.
my interests. So I would want to have a girly night, and then it's just like, I don't know, human centipede, like just completely be like,
Yeah, getting
whoa, what?
crazy,
You
getting
know what I hated?
crazy.
When guys were
Insane.
arguing about like the Wonder Woman screening, one guy was like, "Well, then you should make a guys' night for like
Every
this
movie
and
that comes
this and The
out,
Force Awakens." And I was like, The Force Awakens is a female lead. Is your
yeah,
argument for guys movies just that they're action films?
yeah, which
Or
Fuck
is
you,
not
sci-fi?
dude.
true. Which is not true.
Ugh,
Or adventure.
I
idiots.
mean, it's kind of like every movie, though.
That's every movie. Every screening would be a
Like,
guys only.
I mean, if you go on just any day, it's pretty much all guys anyway. I
That's
go to a
true.
lot of male only screenings, and I'm the one female because it's like I go during the day and it's all dudes, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "I want
Like,
to see
here to
John
watch-
Wick 2.
yeah.
Get out."
My
Here to watch
favorite
the movie.
my favorite response to the Wonder Woman screening was Joss Whedon going, "There was already a guys only screening when I watched it by myself 2 weeks ago."
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
perfect. There you go.
All right, moving on from
All right.
screenings ridiculousness.
Okay.
Let's talk about how Gal Gadot did reshoots when she was 5 months
Yeah.
pregnant, and they made like a special suit for her that like green screened half of her belly
Like a
so
little
that way
belly.
you couldn't see that she had a bump.
That's super adorable, and it's something I haven't thought of before.
No,
And I'm like, this can revolutionize film. If a
It
girl is
can.
pregnant and she's like, oh, I don't know if I can shoot right now because I have a bump, so I look different,
Mhm.
or I don't look like the character that I need to look like right now. They'd be like, we'll just green screen it out. It'll be fine. That's awesome. I
That is
love that.
awesome.
I love that. And I had no idea that she had a baby. That was nowhere in the media.
Yeah,
I
that was
feel
something
like.
that I learned as well recently since this movie released. Well, not released, or before it released, I should say, when they had 1,000 screenings that I
Yeah.
wasn't invited to.
Yeah. No one invited
Why?
us to any of the screenings. We never get all the friends that we
And
have.
again, we need to go for it. We
Yes.
need to do it.
Yeah.
No
How
one's
do we
going to
do
come
that?
to
How
us.
how do we obtain the rights to go to screenings?
I got to figure that out. You know what? I was invited to that one YouTube space with Patty Jenkins in the Q&A, and I forgot to RSVP because you know what
Ooh.
happens? During my day, it's like that's one thing, it like piles on like Swiss cheese, and then all the holes don't line up, and so then I'm like, wait, what was that thing I did earlier? I don't remember. What am I
Yeah.
supposed to respond
Yeah.
to? I don't know, because I've been doing all this other stuff. Just
Our brains are
piles
filled
it
with
on.
too much knowledge and worry and anxiety, and yeah, it's too much.
Anyway, so I forgot to respond to that.
Oh,
Sad
Brian.
news.
Damn
Sad
it,
news,
Brian.
everyone.
Brienne.
I know. I know. It's the first female dominant superhero film in 12 years since Elektra in
Oh.
2005. Now, is Elektra a superhero like a hero, or is she an anti-hero? Because I feel like she's a hitman or something,
I
but
can't
she's also taking down
remember.
the other hitmen. I'm not sure.
I forgot about Elektra. I just know the seesaw scene in Daredevil.
Daredevil. Yes. Who could
That's all I
forget
know.
that?
Who could remember "Wake me up inside" and she's like stabbing sandbags? Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But that's not this film.
It's not this
No,
film.
this film is wonderful.
This film is wonderful.
Wonderful because it's Wonder,
Woman.
Woman. What
It
was
is.
your? Now we talked about our favorite scenes. What was your favorite like character in the film besides Wonder Woman?
Besides Wonder Woman, I
Honestly,
would
she's
go
the
with
best
the
and my favorite.
what's that lady's name? The one that dressed her. Etta Candy.
Oh,
Etta Candy. I'd go with her. I really liked her
she was super adorable.
because she just, provides some nice little color added
Mhm.
to the scenes that she's in, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Now she's in the original, the British version of The Office. She
Mm.
plays the secretary, the Pam
Oh, cool.
of The Office.
What was your favorite character aside from Wonder Woman?
Oh gosh, I really loved Chris Pine's character because
Mhm.
Gal Gadot has talked about in interviews that she didn't want Wonder Woman to come off as dumb. There's
Mhm.
a fine line between
Yes.
being naive and unintroduced to the world and being dumb about the world.
Yeah,
And
kind of
Chris,
like in a Captain America way.
right?
That's kind of what we were watching.
Yeah, exactly.
Only I loved it a bit more because it was a woman. Anyways.
And it was this whole fish out of water story. And Chris Pine could have been incredibly discouraging to her.
Mhm.
He could have been jealous of her powers and of her being able to get things done. He could have just looked at her and said, "You're a ridiculous person. I'm not going to do any of this with you." But instead, he recognized her importance, her power, her abilities, and said,
Mhm.
all right, you know what? I have a job to do. You want to help me with that job. Let's go ahead and let's do this. I'm going
Yes.
to let you do your thing. So I don't know what your
Mhm.
thing is, and I don't understand you at some points, but I realize that you have
Yeah.
power, and we're just going to. And he
You
let her do
do.
it. He let her do her thing, and I
Guys,
liked that.
Ben is really
Ben
wanting to
is like
say
itching. He's
something
like
so
licking the
bad.
microphone. He's licking it. He's eating it. What, Ben?
I liked Antiope the most, besides Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Oh,
The
Robin
general.
Wright's
Yeah, yeah.
character?
Thank
She
you.
was awesome. That's all I wanted to say.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
She
All
had
right.
like guns for days in this movie. She looked great.
Yeah.
She acted
Oh,
great.
yeah.
She was a great presence.
All
I
the
was loving
ladies,
that.
all the
Those-
ladies. Love that there's some diversity there as well.
Yes.
I wish there was more in the movie, but it's hard when you're doing World War One because it's just going to be a lot of white dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyways, we
That's all
got to
you're
move on.
Yeah.
Got to move
Ben
on.
wanted to say something more, and then he clicked off his microphone in a huff. So click it back on. What do you
I
want?
just want to say the scars on Antiope were really cool because they're like subtle enough that they weren't obviously trying to show it to you, but
Mm.
noticeable enough that you're like, wow, this woman's a badass who's seen some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it also helps to explain later when maybe something happens where you're like, wait, is that allowed? I thought she was like a mortal thing, but no, she
Mm.
can be scarred. She can be hurt. So
Yes.
that helped me realize things as well. Okay.
So Wonder Woman, ladies and gentlemen, we're wrapping this up.
Okay.
And Elise McKenna, I agree. Chris Pine's character was a true feminist male character.
Yes.
I appreciate that. All right. So here we go. We're going to
Okay.
move it on. We're going to link it to title character female superhero films.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's not just a film with a female superhero in it. We've
Correct.
had those.
Yes. Because I'm not talking Scarlet Witch or
Yeah.
something,
No.
unless the movie's called Scarlet Witch. But it's not. So we're gonna talk. I'm talking Tank Girl, as you know from the title,
Oh,
and Stacy's gonna talk
goodness.
Barb Wire.
Oh goodness.
So let me start with Tank Girl, which came out March 31st, 1995. Ben, what?
Mark Freeman wanted you to tap on your head to indicate that you're done with Wonder Woman.
Why
spoilers,
are we bowing to Mark Freeman?
Which is
Is
we're
it
helping,
Mark Freeman's show? No, it is not Mark Freeman.
But I told him you
What?
would because it
You know
helps
what?
the
Next time you
audience.
should just write in the chat, they're done. And then Mark can read that because I'm sure it's muted.
But there's also Wonder Woman spoilers being
Guys, I
discussed in the chat.
apologize. I apologize
I think
for
some of
what's
this power has
happening.
gotten to your head. All right. Sometimes people do want to avoid spoilers, and they have to. The host
That's
always
true.
say like,
But
skip
we
to
said
18,
10
22.
minutes. We said 10 minutes, and it's been 10 minutes.
That's true. All right. So Wonder Woman. Let's do this. This is our symbol for the chat. Wonder Woman is over.
Thank
Okay,
you.
there you
Thank
go.
you.
That's all you get. Okay.
All right, Tank Girl. March 31st, 1995. If you haven't seen Tank Girl, first of all, I just watched it the other day. We own it. My husband owns this film.
Why?
I don't know. This is about a girl is among few survivors of a dystopian Earth riding a war tank. She fights against the tyranny of a mega corporation that dominates the remaining potable water supply of the planet. Kind of, it's that synopsis makes me think of Mad Max Fury Road. Like,
Yeah.
there's this girl that's trying to overthrow the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they supply the water. Mad Max Fury Road did it well. This did not. This did not go well. Did you
No.
watch this?
I have not been
It's
able
okay.
to watch the whole film.
No worries.
But I've watched
Don't
several
watch.
reviews
Okay.
of this film. So I
Great.
feel like I have seen it because I've seen a lot of clips. I've heard a lot of discussions, but I haven't witnessed a lot of those actual moments.
Not a problem.
Okay.
This is directed by Rachel Talalay, who mainly does TV, most recently doing some Doctor Who episodes, directing
Cool.
those.
Cool.
Writers Alan Martin and Jamie Hewlett, who also did the comic strip, starring Lori Petty. Ice-T is in this as a kangaroo.
Yeah.
So think about that.
Kangaroos.
Naomi Watts and Malcolm McDowell. Naomi Watts is a supporting character. I feel like she's ashamed of this film, by the
She
way.
hates this film. She's like, I
So-
can't believe I'm in it.
Uh-huh.
I'm so embarrassed. And I just want to interview her one day and be
Hmm.
like, so Tank Girl, and
Let's
have her be really
discuss.
awkward with it.
The budget was 25 million and it only made 6 million at the box office. And oh wait, you know what? I wrote that in the wrong place. But anyways. So let me just say this. I feel like Tank Girl is very reminiscent of 90s comic book films, like kind of like Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. Uh, so it's very bright. There's lots of bright colors and costuming, and everything's over the top. And I
Mhm.
do like the way that they incorporated like the comic book throughout because I thought that was kind of interesting, like the comic strips during the
Mhm.
movie. But it just felt like, what is happening? Why? Like, there was nothing that I connected to in this film. Malcolm McDowell was creepy. Lori Petty did a good job of her portrayal of Tank Girl because I thought she was kind of an interesting, badass character. But it just didn't. It just was not great. I feel like this is a again if we switch this and made it Mad Max Fury Road, it
Mhm.
would be incredible. So you could see how Tank Girl works, and it's
Yeah.
called Mad Max Fury Road.
Yeah.
This
They
is not
remade
how
Tank
it
Girl and it's
works.
called Mad Max Fury Road for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like, and I read a lot about the like production issues on this movie and
Mhm.
how like the animated scenes you're talking about, they included those because they didn't have the budget and the
Right.
studio wouldn't allow them to shoot these like giant action scenes.
Mhm.
And I feel like a lot of the tonal shifts and you feel like how there's stuff missing and there's characters that are either underdeveloped or overdeveloped. It's all like the studio interfering with the creative content of the movie.
Yes.
So the director was huge Tank Girl fan, really excited to do this movie.
Mhm.
Lori Petty was probably the only person who could play Tank Girl
Right.
because
And they
her
thought,
she's
yeah,
bonkers,
she's
right?
like Tank Girl in
She's
real
like,
life, and
yeah,
that's why
she
they
is
wanted
Tank Girl in
her.
real life, and so they did. So, and if you would, and they got like a fantastic makeup effects person to come
Mhm.
in, and they had great costumes, and you had all the elements there to have this really weird, quirky, well-made, fan driven film, but the studio won't allow you to put in the heart
Yes.
to it, and so it becomes this thing where like they wanted a love scene between her and her
Yes.
boyfriend, her
And they were
kangaroo
like, nope,
boyfriend.
that's not going to work
They're
for
like, that's
us.
bestiality, and they made this like prosthetic penis for him, and it was supposed to be like this weird joke, but to be kind of romantic, and they were like, we can't do that. So yeah, that's the only thing I
That
read.
cost $5,000.
Yeah, they wasted all that money.
I wonder what they did with it after.
I don't know.
Sold it at auction.
I bought it.
Ice T recalled in one interview for a hip hop show where the host made fun of him doing Tank Girl, and he replied, "I was paid 800,000 for that movie," and then the host just kind of moved on.
There you go.
800,000 at that time would be the equivalent of 1.3 million today for like
Nice.
this kind of smaller film, if you
It's a
will.
small house in
Although
LA, you
25
guys.
million,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's adjusted for inflation, but I have no idea. No idea.
Clue.
No,
I don't know how
none.
math works. Yeah, again, it had a lot of potential.
Yeah,
And
and
I
James
feel like
Cameron was like slated to
that's
tackle this,
right.
and that would have been interesting actually, and
Yeah.
probably good.
Yeah.
But
He probably
he
would have
he could have gotten the money and could have said like, "No, I'm going to do it this way.
yeah,
Screw you guys."
because
So
it's James Cameron.
what happens sometimes is they get like a young director in that the studio thinks they can just boss around, which they did,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then
This
and
is what
that's the
happens.
product.
Yeah. You need
That
to get
sucks.
someone because they have a great vision. They have everything they want to do, but they don't have the authority. They don't have the power
Mhm.
to do it. Maybe they have the authority. Maybe it's someone who is like, no, we should do it this, and they come with all this passion. They're like, you guys, you don't understand,
Yeah.
and so they can speak their mind, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be listened to,
Right.
because they don't have the box office proof, so they won't
No.
let them.
Randall Sands, I would also like to see Cameron do a comic book movie.
Me too.
So let's do that.
Yeah, I feel like he has done movies that are comic book like the
Yeah,
Terminator.
Terminator's
is like
kinda
a
comic book
movie.
life.
You know, it's like it's a great villain story, and then the
Mhm.
second one is like an anti-hero story. So yeah,
Let's move on to Barb Wire,
okay.
which I watched yesterday.
It is on
Thanks,
HBO.
Randall Sands, for helping me watch that. Um, you want to tell us about it? Tell us about it. It is on HBO, so if you're interested,
Sorry, guys.
you can watch this disastrous piece of crap.
This film, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I had so much fun watching this movie. It was
Mhm.
terrible, but it's in
It's
like
terrible.
one of the like the Razzies book
Mhm.
of 100 bad movies that are most entertaining to watch,
Yes.
and Barb Wire is on there.
Great.
For those of you who have never heard of it, it stars Pamela Anderson and who cares who else?
Who even knows?
Who even knows? Came out in '96. post-apocalyptic remake of Casablanca set in a sleazy nightclub.
Yes.
That is all true. This movie is just straight up Casablanca. Except Pamela Anderson is the Rick
it's
character.
way worse.
And then she's got her ex and then his
Mhm.
new lover wife coming in. They need help to get to another place and escape the Nazis,
Yeah,
escape,
essentially.
like,
Mhm.
essentially this police force. It's insane. I don't know why they made this film. I don't
Yeah.
know who they made this film for, but it was back in the day when nowadays superheroes are so known to us that you can get an unknown actor and it's fine. They want they want who is truly best for the role in terms of physicality and acting ability. And so they can get whoever they want because they know who that character
Mhm.
is. But back in the 90s, it was like, oh, let's put Hulk
A
Hogan
big
in
name.
this movie.
Yes.
Let's put Pamela Anderson. Like they
This
created
is
movies.
Pamela
Yeah.
Anderson's Suburban Commando.
Yeah,
That's really
they
what this
created
is.
it just because she was famous. So there's nothing to
Mhm.
the character. Um,
Did you notice every single line she delivered was delivered exactly the same way?
yeah,
It
and
was
she
like
has huge hair in this film, like huge '90s PC hair.
her
And I don't mean
her
PC like
ADR
the
session
correct,
was
I mean, like-
basically just like all one note.
Oh yeah, it was all the same day. They brought her in, they brought her some coffee. And this is when she was Pamela Anderson Lee, so she was
Oh.
married to Tommy, and Tommy was probably in the background like, "You're doing
Mhm.
great, babe. You sound good."
Sure.
Yeah.
The director
s-
of this only had
Don't
done
call me babe.
the
That's
director of this had
everything.
only done music videos. That's it.
Looks like a music video.
It does.
Everything is like a Dutch angle, weird lighting. And then she's always like she's always like posed, and
yeah, and
again,
leather
in
the
leather.
entire time.
Yeah,
It's
again,
uncomfortable.
that's like the '90s comic book thing where it's like in the entire film they have to act like a superhero the whole time. Like they're not people; they're just this weird anonymity, and I can't figure it out. But it was super fun to watch because I was like, this is terrible. Like
Mhm.
she is doing a terrible job, and not in an endearing
Yes,
kind of way
yes.
where and again, I want to hop back to Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot isn't the best actress in the world. Okay, she's not the greatest, but because she had the director of Patty Jenkins, because she was so committed to this role, she did an awesome job at being sincere and being very endearing
Yes.
when it comes to the naivete part of her role and part of her character. So Pamela Anderson could have been very campy and very like on point with it and had a great understanding of what the role was supposed to
Right.
be, and could have like brought a weird like fun sassiness to it, and like she didn't at all.
Every line is exactly
line.
like this.
What you
Just
charging, big
exactly
boy?
like this.
Do you have the contact lenses? It's terrible. There's like
I like it rough too.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
I like it rough
Every
too.
single line is like that. Oh
It's really
dear
bad,
God.
you guys. It's really bad.
I want to know what strip club gets like that wet every
Oh,
single. It's
yeah.
like a rainstorm.
It was so. I
There-
laughed out
that's
loud
not
so
hygienic.
bad.
I was just thinking about how terrible that water would be because you're like living in such a apocalyptic time.
Yeah. Why are they wasting the water? I thought. Well, I
The-
guess I don't know.
The
if it's
waiters
water
are like
shortage.
in ponchos.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty gross.
I don't know what happened.
Pretty gross.
I laughed so hard aloud because when I was first seeing that scene, I was like, "Who's spraying water on her? What strip club is this?" And then it cuts
Yeah.
to some guy with a hose that's just going like this, and I'm like, "Oh, imagine that poor actor that had to just be like." Shh. Miss Anderson, are you okay?
I mean, that's only part of it. The rest of it must be like effects from above, that we're
I'm
not
sure.
seeing, but still
Yeah, it was
hilarious.
so I literally laughed when they just cut to him being like, and you're just like, oh geez, they really showed it. Just have a little bit of mystery to that. Okay, have a little bit of like behind the scenes.
The
like, you don't
brother
have-
being blind and yet knowing where everything is a little bit ridiculous. I was like, he doesn't have like there was no mention of him having like sonar like Daredevil does. So when he like
Yeah.
knows where something is hidden, when like he is like all the way across the room, I'm like, how would you know that?
Yeah.
There's no way.
And how did he get to that warehouse when
don't
he
know.
who led him there? I mean, I don't
It
know
was
what's
confusing.
happening, you guys.
Confusing.
What did you think of her outfit? Her thong leotard
I mean,
outfit.
It just doesn't seem functional.
Yeah.
And anything she wore did not seem functional. But I like
No.
how she changes out of a bustier into another bustier.
Yeah, into a different bustier. I'm like, wait, was she changing behind there into just a
Ugh.
a different
Gosh.
tied outfit. Like you think it'd be a robe at least. Like she's at home.
They did this on How Did This Get Made? Did you know that?
Oh no, I did not know this.
Yeah,
Oh
gotta
my
let's go
god.
back. You can't find it in their iTunes feed. It's like episode 45 or 46.
Okay.
But if you go on YouTube and search for it, you'll find it.
Okay.
You'll find it. It's good times. Good times. Barbed wire, guys.
Excuse
Barbed
me.
wire.
Yeah, super crazy. It's fucking Casablanca, you guys. That is insane to me. That's insane. Okay. All right.
It is.
Moving on.
It
Okay.
is. Would you like to go off of? Okay, so we went from Wonder Woman, then we went to superhero films where the title character is a female superhero.
Yes.
We went to Tank Girl as well as Barbed Wire because there's
Yes.
slim pickings. There's
There's
slim
not a lot.
pickings.
Not a lot.
Now we're gonna go off of Stacey's gonna go off of Barbed Wire. I'm gonna go off of Tank Girl.
Okay. And we're doing kind of a new format now.
New format where Stacey's
Mhm.
gonna go over one film and then I have to off the cuff come up with a film that also links up.
Yeah. And she doesn't know my link.
I do usually.
Oh yeah, because you print out.
I
my
get
notes,
a preview, so I get a little bit more of time
lazy
to think
and
about
I
it.
send them to you to print out.
It's okay though.
That's
You
true.
provide the paper.
I do. I bought you.
Yeah.
Do I need to get you a new stream? Of
No, I'll
paper?
let you know when.
All right,
We're
cool,
good.
cool. Okay. Now, off of Barbed Wire, I'm
Mhm.
going with movies with exotic dancing scenes.
Okay, great.
Okay. So obviously in Barbed Wire, the opening scene is her being, having a little exotic dancer moment. And so for my link off of that, I picked Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
This is the sequel.
This is the sequel.
I
This
like
is not
this one.
Me too.
Okay, good.
That's why
Demi
I'm
Moore
laughing,
as
'cause
the
I'm-
as the villain. Everything worked for me in this movie.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, wait, no. Demi Moore was in.
was in the first
Demi
one. I
Moore
thought she was the second one.
Yes. She's
Okay.
the villain. I was thinking of Justin Theroux as well because
Yeah.
he is another villain in this
Mhm.
movie. Charlie's Angels and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle are a great guilty pleasure for me because it was back in the early 2000s when they were trying to do a whole revamping of women in action films, and instead they
Mhm.
did it what I would call the wrong way
Okay.
because
But I like Charlie's Angels. What
I
do you
love
mean?
it.
Okay.
I love it. I know. I'm still into it. So they did it to where it was just like they gave him these sexy moments, like the whole
Yes. Yes.
like take the helmet off and do
Mhm.
this, and have their like butt showing, and they're in tight leather, and they're in like the outfits, and you know what I mean. So it wasn't women kicking ass in film. It was let's put a chick in here and she'll do some action
Mhm.
scenes, but it's really all about her body. So that's
yeah,
why
I was called to be an extra on this film, and I missed
Why
the
didn't you
day. I think
do
I think I
it?
had a commitment that day that they were shooting, but it was going to be on a beach, and they're like, "We need you in a two-piece," and I was like, "Sweet.
Oh,
Well, I
Ooh.
got something else to do, so I'm not going to be there."
Not into it that day, huh? Was it?
Well, I
was
did
it
have
bikini
something else.
season?
I think it was. I want to say, what year did this come out?
Hold on,
2003. Okay, yeah. So it was at the time when I was a song girl, and so I had like a gig that same day
Oh,
because it was in 2002
Mm-hmm.
when they shot it.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
So there you go.
You want to be with Mick G? That's the director's name,
Mm.
Mick G. No, I had no.
I mean, it would have been fun. I
This
would have done
is,
it if it lined up.
yeah,
but
that's
it
true.
didn't.
That's
It
true.
didn't line
You
up.
could have had that as a party talking
Yeah.
point. I was an extra in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. You guys.
Mhm.
Of course, it's Wait, let me go over this. I'm so sorry. The Angels investigate a series of murders which occur after the theft of a witness protection profile database. Directed by Mick G, who also directed Supernatural, Chuck, and the OC. I know you love Supernatural.
Supernatural was great.
So
I have
he's
not
like a
kept up
TV
on.
god.
I have not kept up on Supernatural though, but
I've never seen the
it's
show.
incredible. And there's like conventions for Supernatural.
It's got a big fan base.
It does.
Does it?
Huge.
It's still going on, right?
Yeah,
It's like
I
15
believe so.
seasons or
Mhm.
something. Like it's a lot. Ben,
Yeah.
okay, you're giving me a look of
Disappointment.
disappointment of skepticism, and I want you to research that. Then, how many seasons does Supernatural have?
And is it still going?
And
I
is it
believe
still
it's still
going
going.
on?
I'm gonna say
I just know they have a
12
car.
or 13.
I just know they have a car, and
They
that's
do.
it. That's
They
all
do.
I know. It stars Cameron Diaz. I don't know why I just said that.
Because it's Charlie's Angels.
Kiss Charlie's Angels. Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, Bernie Mac, Crispin Glover, you guys. Creepy Thin Man.
Love him.
Justin Theroux, Robert Patrick, Demi Moore, Luke Wilson, and Matt LeBlanc. I really love Matt LeBlanc and Luke Wilson's characters because
Mhm.
they're like the dumb boyfriends that don't know what's going on.
Right.
And that's kind of a switcheroo from other females or for
Yes.
other movies where the female might have been the dumb girlfriend that doesn't know what's going on. So I like that. Um, the mansion where the convent is located, it's the Playboy Mansion. I thought that was fun.
Of
I was
course
like,
it
of
is.
course they got the rights to use the Playboy Mansion for that. And Carrie Fisher plays the Mother Superior. I didn't remember that.
I
And then
didn't
read
remember
and I
that
was like,
either.
oh yeah.
All right, Ben.
What's the answer, Ben?
First of all, I was giving you no look. I was just trying to remember how many seasons there were.
You were
Oh.
giving me a look.
I was
It
not giving you a
yes.
look.
All right.
Oh.
Okay.
Second of all, there have been 12 seasons. The 13th season's going to start this fall.
Perfect.
And
Okay.
there doesn't seem to be much signs of it stopping anytime soon.
How
Okay.
many episodes is that?
Oh, there's like 22 episodes per season. So
You do the math, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen at home.
yeah, I'm not going to
240
do
or
that.
something.
I haven't
Crazy.
taken math class in 4 years. I'm not. No.
I don't know. I just did
been a while.
22 by 10, which is 220.
Okay.
And then
Well, that
add
would
a
be
few.
10 seasons.
Okay. I know, but I'm not the best at math. I took what I know and then I add a little bit.
60, 260. Yeah, 264. Just around there. Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, I remember watching this movie, and there's some ridiculous action in this, as in like no one would ever survive that, and that's
Right,
what I
of
mean, where they
course.
try and like do females in action, and then it's like, but that's a terrible action scene that because they're in a car and the car flips over, and one of them shoots out and shoots through the window of a department store, and I'm like, she would be dead, and she gets up and she's just like, ugh. And I'm like, no,
Because
fuck
they're
you.
superheroes. They're superheroes.
But they're not superheroes though. They're just women.
I know. I know.
That's the thing. That's the thing when I do it wrong.
That's just like how Fast and Furious, they become superheroes. Like,
yeah, they
it's just
do.
the
They
same
do.
thing.
And then they're at the oh god, what am I trying to say? What's the Griffith
Griffith
Observatory?
Observatory.
And they like jump off the roof and then onto the ground. They just land, and I'm like, what are you doing? Their legs would be backwards and broken. What's happening? It took me out of the film. Okay. But what brings me back into the film is their ridiculous outfits. And the film I'm referencing is where they exotic dance. They go to this place, they're undercover. They go to a
Yeah,
place called,
is
I
this
think,
the
it's
beginning?
Treasure Chest. No, this is
Okay.
the middle of it. So
Alright.
they are Drew Barrymore's ex, just played by Justin Theroux, who Cape Fear, that's a reference to Cape Fear when he's like doing the sit-ups, and it even has the theme song, the dun 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 Cape Fear song.
That is a creepy song.
Yes, he gets out of prison and he is coming after her because she is in the witness protection program because she testified against him years ago.
Right.
And they are going undercover in this like strip joint or whatever called, I think, the Treasure Chest. And a lot of it is in reference to, they have Dita Von Teese's thing she does where she's in the martini glass.
Yes,
with,
very
like,
good.
the giant olive, and then they have like the pussycat dolls are in there, and so they're all dressed up and like spank each other, and I'm like, what is this even going on? But I secretly love it though, and I kind of want to be in that scene of the martini glass. So there you go. But yeah,
Great.
that's the scene I'm talking about. That's Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. Yeah.
We talked about Magic Mike XXL, which I loved.
Okay.
I don't think we talked about just regular Magic Mike.
Okay.
So Magic Mike?
Magic Mike, okay.
Magic Mike. You know what? Steven Soderbergh, I appreciated that he did this film and that he wrote it because Channing Tatum, was an exotic dancer at one point in time, a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie gets I wasn't prepared for how dramatic this film would be. And I was surprised that like the second one was the tone that I thought the first one should have been.
Right. They just had fun with the second one.
Yes. They were like, you know what? That whole drama section with like drugs and stuff, people weren't into that.
No.
Let's just go crazy with all the stuff that people loved.
Let's just be tripping balls on X in a gas station, stripping.
So the first one kind of has like scenes or, character developments that you're kind of like, that's kind of sad. That's a little too real. A little too real.
Yeah.
And I appreciated that we changed it up in the second one. Now, the girl that plays his girlfriend in the first one does not return for the second one.
I did not believe her as his girlfriend or his love interest at all. I don't know.
She was a little awkward. Awkward. Not bad, but just a little awkward.
Yeah. She was like to me, she wouldn't. I don't want to like go into stereotypes and stuff, but like she just doesn't seem like she would be into him.
Yeah.
She seems like is she a nurse in the film? I think she's
a
serious person.
Definitely.
And has a very serious kind of like, I don't want to say anything bad about the actress, but she doesn't have the kind of personality where you'd think she would fall in love with a stripper and understand his struggle. You know, I'm like, what is she? She wouldn't care what's going on with him.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's hot. I know he's Channing Tatum, but still, what?
Hmm.
I don't know. That was the only thing
So
that I
Magic
didn't
Mike is
like.
what I would pick.
Okay, cool, cool.
Cool.
What was your favorite dance in Magic Mike?
Oh, obviously Pony.
Yeah.
Ponies. I mean, Pony is ridiculous. I think
Pony.
anything with Pony makes life better,
That's
just
true.
in general.
It's
In general.
genuinely
Mhm.
good.
Thank you for that.
You're
Excellent.
welcome. I'm
Excellent.
embarrassed.
Another one I thought of was Closer.
Yes.
Also a great film. We could talk about that probably more in depth on like another episode
Let's
because
do
like
let's do that.
that's a film that needs unpacking.
Yes. There's a
Mhm.
lot of shit in that movie that we
Yes,
can talk about.
exactly.
Yes.
All right. So we went from Wonder Woman and we linked it to title characters where it is a female superhero as the title character with Tank Girl as well as Barb Wire. Off of Barb Wire, you went to movies with exotic dance scenes in them with Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, and I talked about Magic Mike for a little
Yes.
bit. And now we're gonna go off of Tank Girl. I just did it real simple with apocalyptic movies.
Okay.
Just to keep it open for you.
Okay.
So if you have an
Cool.
apocalyptic film that you would like to suggest, put that in the comments so
Yeah.
Stacy might be able to talk about it because she doesn't get a little bit of prep like I do. So she's just hearing about what I picked.
Right.
So I picked Night of the Comet, which
Never
came
heard of
out.
this.
We used to have a poster that was behind us that was Night of the Comet. I only have
Okay.
2 posters, Alien and Night of the Comet.
Nice.
So there we go. This came out November 16th, 1984. This is about a comet that wipes out most of life on Earth, leaving 2 valley girls fighting against cannibal zombies and a sinister group of scientists. So it's basically like
Nice.
two, like, again, a fish out of water scenario where there's
Love
2
me a
girls
fish
that
out
are
of
like,
water
how are
scene.
we going to survive this apocalypse? There's
Mhm.
also like 2 boys that are kind of in the same situation as well, like
Mhm.
2 teenage boys that are like, we got to figure our way through this
Mhm.
and we got to survive somehow. This is directed and written by Tom Eberhart, who also did Captain Ron, um, who I met once. Not
Cool.
Captain Wrong, but
Oh,
the
okay.
director.
Okay. Nice.
This
Nice.
is starring Robert Beltran, Catherine Mary Stewart, who was also same year in The Last Starfighter, which I just recently watched. The budget was 700,000 and made 14.4 million at the box office, just US. So with these kids that are trying to go through the apocalypse, essentially,
Mm.
what the director did is he interviewed like high school kids to be like, what would you do if like tomorrow everything was gone
Mhm.
and there were zombies? Like, what? How would you survive?
Mhm.
And so this is kind of he built the story based off of their responses.
Mhm. Cool. That's a really great concept. I like that.
So the scenes in Los Angeles were filmed in the morning during normal business days, and the shots of the barren city were done quickly while traffic was held at stoplights.
Mhm.
So just trying to do as much as they could in the early morning.
Mhm.
When cheerleader Samantha Belmont, who's played by Kelly Maroney, is playing at the radio station as a disc jockey, she says that she's taking requests from all you Teenage Mutant Comet Zombies, and apparently that was the original title, Teenage Mutant Comet Zombies.
That's
But
a
saying
mouthful
that
to
like
say.
5 times,
Teenage
you're not
Mutant
gonna be able
Comet
to.
Zombies. Oh, I did it. I'm proud of myself.
Joss Whedon has cited this as a big influence for his original script for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So what do you know?
Oh,
What
there
do
you
you
go.
know?
There you go.
And that's pretty much all you really need to know about Night of the Comet. It's an interesting little sci-fi film. I think that if you like 80s independent movies
Is
about
it
the
streaming
apocalypse,
anywhere? Do you know that I could
not
find
sure,
it?
not sure.
Okay.
I
I
haven't
bet
checked.
it's on Amazon Instant Video or something.
Yes, just called Night of the Comet, not the Night of the Comet. So
Night of the
Night
Comet.
of the Comet.
Good to know.
So
Okay.
apocalyptic film for you, lady.
Oh, so sorry for
After
yawning,
once you
guys.
wake up.
So sorry. My film that I've chosen is actually it's been in the comments a few times. Ryak and a couple of the people have said it. Book of Eli is
Oh,
what I'm
nice,
gonna pick.
nice. Uh-huh.
Book of Eli. It's one of those interesting movies where you would think that they would get kind of an action star or like a someone who's more known for action films to be the star of
Mhm.
it. someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger, or maybe like Mel Gibson or something. But instead, they got Denzel Washington, who is a fantastic dramatic actor.
Hmm.
But you haven't really seen him in like huge like blockbuster action movies.
Right.
And so he's the lead in this film, and it brings it down to a feel like a smaller movie to me.
Hmm.
Like you would think that, and like I remember like Gary Oldman is the bad guy, Mila Kunis
Yes.
is like his not his love
Is
interest,
way
it's like
too beautiful
way too
for the
pretty for
apocalypse.
post-apocalyptic. Where did she get her
Yes.
smoky eye? Fuck
Hmm.
you guys. I hate when they do that.
Yes. Just
Um,
like Tears of the Sun.
no, ridiculous.
Gary Whitta wrote this. So thanks,
Oh,
Gary Whitta.
thank you,
Also
Gary Whitta.
Of Rogue One.
Okay,
Hmm.
cool. I'm into it. Um, I just remember being surprised about the ending. I was like, "Oh wait, what?" Because can we
Yeah.
talk about spoilers? So the whole
Let's
movie,
do like 2 minutes of spoilers. So 2 minutes,
2 minutes from now,
two from now. So we're doing
I'll hold
spoilers.
this up for you guys.
We'll come back and we'll do a thumbs up.
We'll do a thumbs
How
up,
about that?
guys.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's doing all this action in the film. He's defending himself and Mila Kunis, and he's like fighting everything. And then the end turns out he's blind.
Right.
He's a blind guy, and his holy Bible
You're
that
like, wait,
Gary
what?
Oldman is trying to get a hold of because he wants to be
Yeah.
the leader of like a new religious movement.
It
Which
wasn't
that's
the
where he finds
reveal that
power
he was
in.
blind. It was the reveal that he had memorized the Bible.
Yeah, and
Right?
he like the Bible
Because I think we
was
knew he was
Grail.
blind.
I
Right?
don't- I think it
I
took
think
a
we
while
do.
for us to realize that.
Okay.
At least it was kind of revealed more towards the end of the movie.
Okay.
And then Gary Oldman, the whole thing was he was looking for books the whole time. He wanted the Bible because he wanted to be when people are, post-apocalyptic, they have nothing to hope for. He
Mhm.
realizes they want religion. That's the one thing that'll bring everyone together, and he can be the most powerful. If he has a Bible, he will be the most powerful man on earth. And Denzel Washington has this Bible,
Okay.
so he's fighting for it the whole time. Gary Oldman is like killing all these people
Mhm.
to get it. He gets it. It's in Grail, so he's like, "Fuck, I don't know how to read this. This is not useful at all."
Right. That's the reveal.
So
It's
that's
in
the reveal.
things.
Is
It's in
that
Braille.
it's in Braille. So
and
then you
that-
realize he's blind.
he has memorized it.
Yeah, he's memorized
So,
it. And then
there
how
you
did you? But then how was he seeing everything the whole time? Like, was it God helping
Sonar.
him? Sonar.
Yes, he's Daredevil.
He is for sure.
All
You
right.
don't know.
Is that up on our spoilers?
That's it on. Yeah, spoilers is up.
We're done with the spoilers.
Spoilers is done. I remember, thinking Mila Kunis was really out of place, and again,
Sure.
I feel like she's out of place in everything I see her in. I don't like Mila Kunis as an
Mhm.
actress. I liked her in Black
Oh,
Swan. That was
you know
it.
what? Bad Moms. Not bad. Not bad.
Didn't see
I
Bad
like Bad
Moms.
Moms.
Okay, all right, good.
Mhm.
But yeah, I didn't like her in this movie. Again, I just feel like she wasn't appropriate. Like
Sure.
she's too put together. She's too pretty for it. I didn't like her acting style for this. I wanted someone like,
Like
oh
the
gosh,
girl that played the little girl in Mrs. Doubtfire, Mara Wilson.
sure. Or I was thinking someone like from The Witch, the teenage daughter from The Witch. I forget
Oh,
something.
I think she would have been
something
too
Johnson.
young.
Well, but I mean, I
Yeah,
want her
That
from The
type.
Witch. That
From
type.
her there.
Yeah.
This.
Put it in that.
Okay, got it.
I don't
got
want
it.
Mila Kunis, who is like a modern. She looks too modern day. I want someone that can jump from.
Yeah,
different
she looks like
periods.
she's ready to go to like a nightclub or something.
She's going to like
Just
mimosa
like-
brunch, and I'm like, what are you doing? They don't have bottomless mimosa in the post-apocalyptic world. If they did, that's my answer to what would you do if you were in the post-apocalyptic world.
I'd
I would
try
open a brunch
mimosas.
place because everyone loves brunch. You still
Mhm.
want it, even if zombies are eating you. You're like, I need the hottest brunch
Yeah.
place.
It would kind
That's
of be
what I would
like
do.
The Last Man on Earth, that show. I feel like
I
that
haven't
would be
seen that
kind of
show.
more what they would really be like.
Yeah, probably. You're just by yourself all
Yeah.
the time, like, oh dang,
Mhm.
what do I do now?
So
But
there you have it.
There's people in Miss Last One on Earth, right?
Yeah, there's
the-
other people.
There's other
It's
people.
not just
okay.
one guy.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good.
All right, so we went from Wonder Woman, then we linked it to title characters that are superheroes, that are female superheroes, with Tank Girl and Barb Wire. Off of Barb Wire, we went to exotic dance scenes in films with Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle, as well as Magic Mike.
Yes.
And then off of Tank Girl, we went to apocalyptic movies with Night of the Comet, as well as Book of Eli. So there are your 7 total films. One
Nice.
film linking up to 6 others equals 7.
Good math.
Mhm.
Good math.
There
on
it
that.
is. There it is. I can do that math.
Fantastic.
Didn't do movie link tweets because it would have been like, what is your favorite film with a female superhero as the title character? And the only answer
Slim
would be
pickings.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, this should be the only answer you guys throw out there.
Mhm.
Although, well,
If I said aside from Wonder Woman, then
Yeah.
I'd probably get
Mad
maybe
Max Fury Road
like we
doesn't
already
count.
listed them. We listed them.
Yeah, but I feel like she is kind of a superhero. Furiosa is kind
She
of a
is. It should be
superhero.
Furiosa. But
Yeah.
whatever. I get it. I get what they're
Furiosa!
going for and why they did it that way. Whatever. Let's link it to Kevin Bacon.
All right. Okay. Kev Bakes was in Beyond All Boundaries with Chris Pine, who was in Wonder Woman. So there you go. That's a nice little easy link.
It is. And now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Better with Rocky. Would Wonder Woman be better with Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, performed by Stacey Howard playing Etta Candy?
Etta Candy, what a fun name.
I
like
know,
that.
right?
Etta Candy and Rocky Balboa.
Mhm.
A pair of glasses and suddenly she's not the most beautiful woman you've ever seen? Yo!
That was good.
There
That
you
was
go.
one of your more recent best.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometimes I need a little, let's give me a few lines.
Well, you know what?
It's hard
I was
to get into
trying
the character
to.
if you just get one line.
I
in
try
there.
to just do like one character instead of like a dialogue between other characters. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And there wasn't
we,
much
we
like
need to get more dialogue going.
monologues.
And it could have been the scene
Okay.
about physical love and
Oh,
the biology
yes.
of sex between
Okay.
Chris
Next
Pine
time.
and Diana Prince. And I
How
will be
about
Rocky. And
you pull it.
Hmm?
How about you pull your scene
Okay.
that you want to do?
I will pull my scene
Okay,
and send it to you.
perfect.
But you
Well,
have
you
to
can just put it
participate
in
in
your
me,
notes.
Grover.
I'll be Grover.
You are going to be Grover. Imagine Grover and Rocky talking about sex.
Sure.
That'd be great.
That would
That
be great.
would be great.
So that's the end of our show, everyone. Stacey, where can everyone find you today specifically and other places?
You can find me on Twitter at SOHoward2012. You can also find me in at 12:30 today. I believe it's live. Is Action Movie Anatomy podcast over on the Popcorn Talk Network with Andrew Guy and Ben Bateman, friends of the show.
Yes.
Wonderful, handsome men, always dressed up. That's why I dressed up today. Hopefully they like my outfit. And I'll be on their show talking about The Mummy. I'm so excited, you guys. I've waited my whole life for this moment.
You have.
Well, the moment that's going to happen.
A moment like this, some people wait a lifetime.
Yeah. Where can we find you?
Wait. You also have your debut match, which is now on Collider. It debuted on Friday.
It did.
For the Schmodown. Stacey went against Jonathan Voico, and that was on the undercard match of Scott Mance versus Hal Rudnick.
Which was the
So
main event.
if you haven't seen it, which I'm sure you all have in the chat here,
Yeah.
but if you have not seen it, go check that out on Collider Videos.
I had a ton of fun. I dressed in something fun. I kicked ass.
Mhm.
Who won? I don't know. You have to watch the video and like
we
it.
don't know.
It's
We
over
don't
on Collider.
know.
Yes. There
So
you go.
check that out.
Check it
please.
out, bitch. Just kidding. Whoa. Let's calm down. Okay, where can we find
Okay, you can find me all day, every day on Twitter at Miss Movies. I don't know if I have anything else coming up.
No.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Maybe Screen Junkies news coming up this month, but I'm not sure.
Cool.
Not positive. Not
All right,
positive on that,
fantastic.
so we'll see.
We don't want people
Hoping
stop
to be
telling
on
them.
Action Movie Anatomy when they do Enemy of the State.
I will convince
So,
them to do that. Well, I don't need to
let them
convince
know.
at all.
You just have
gotta
to let them. You just
Yeah.
have to let them know we want to talk about Enemy of the State. And I'll
Yeah.
be there.
just be like, hey, guys, I love this movie. I'll bring
That's right.
the passion. Come on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And you can also check out our old cliffhanger episode
Yes.
on Action Movie Anatomy.
Yes, we did talk about cliffhanger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for today. Thank you all for
Thank you,
listening and
guys.
joining us. We will see you next time.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.